Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome back to Dutchman Plays Kaizen, a factory story. This is the first real game of Coincidence, the revival company of Zachtronics. I don't know how many of the original dev team carried over into this new instance of the company, but they're back. They're at their programming puzzle game ways of life. We are playing the role of an American in 1986 Japan. He is working for the Matsuzawa company, helping them make product, build product. He was meant to be part of the HQ sales team, but for some reason they put him in the factory instead, just to get a kind of feel for how the company works, how products are made, the mindset of serving the customers, all that good stuff. So there are a lot of really cool story elements in the game. I'll let you guys read those on your own if you want. But we're gonna pop in here. This first one was just a tutorial to show you how the slider works, how the interface works, and so we'll go through it. There are a lot of elements on the screen, but I'll go through them piece by piece. This is our slider. We drag this along the slide along the production process. If this little plastic bit says weld, it means it's going to do a weld action. And welding happens automatically when two pieces are combined in front of these little side-by-side laser guns. These, each of these movers, you can see we have the A mover and the B mover, have different actions they can perform. And they'll each perform that action as the slider moves. So in this case, B did a rotate, which flipped the wall of the binder over. The next step is going to push on A 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. This little binder piece will end up here. And then it's going to retract 3 spaces. Well, let's do one at a time, right? It's going to push 3 spaces and then perform a weld action. So this piece got pushed 3 spaces, and because it's now lined up across this welder, they got combined together. Next, it's going to retract 3 spaces, -3 being a negative direction, which will, well, I'm not going to spoil it. It allows this piece to respawn. Now, since this was already combined with the hole, these two are now combined with the hole as well. It completed both of these welds simultaneously. The next thing it's going to do is B6. It's going to grab and then move 6 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's going to drag it all the way to the end of its track. And then what should happen is a new binder should spawn. Indeed it did. It spawned right here. This welder was placed perfectly to set the pieces together. And once you've seen all 4 stages of a production loop, and the product is confirmed to match the loadout, you are allowed to start the loop. Well, I can do the record GIF, and I think it'll show me. We'll save to your desktop. Never mind. Keep editing. Is there a way to just have it play? Oh, you can zoom in and zoom out. You can see the cost, the area. You can rewind it. I thought it was going to show the loop, but maybe if you've already completed it, it won't. Portable radio is pretty simple. World clock is simple as well. Porch watch is when things start to get a little bit complicated. So what's important to note is that the piece has to all be face up in order to complete the mission. So in this case, we start with a weld to combine the first arm of the band and the watch itself. We flip it to attach to the second arm of the band, but then we have to flip it back in order to complete the product. Oops. I'm just kind of running through things really quickly to kind of show you how this all works. This introduces the riveter, which does, instead of the welder, it punches through things in like a 1x2 instead of a side-by-side. So here I'm applying this lens to this case, which is getting applied to the body itself. We're going to rotate once, letting these pieces respawn and get rewelded. And then just like with the watch, we're going to flip it back to complete the product. Very straightforward. Finally, we end up on the robot. This is our last task to complete the game, the demo. And this is also the most freeform. We can purchase as many arms, welders, riveters as we want to make this product happen. It's up to us to manage our costs, our area, the amount of time it takes to produce our product, and decide what we care about the most. I might be able to do this with fewer welders if I was more comfortable adding movers and having a longer program to kind of slide things together and put them in the right place. Right now, I have 2 welders, a riveter, an arm. Everything is placed in just such a way that I can do it in 2 motions and then put it back, which saves on time, but is, you know, kind of this cost. You can see on the histogram there are some people who use much more area. Nobody's really changed the cost at all, so maybe just to make an interesting video, let me see if I can make this with less pieces. Let's see. I could use a riveter to put the arms on. But I really think this would be the best way to have it. Yeah, I can't think of any good ways to do it. But maybe you guys can at home. Anyways, long story short, Zachtronics is back. They're under Coincidence Games now. They have a developer as well, helping them cover their costs. And when they first went under, well, they decided to. They never went under. They decided to disband the company. One of their main arguments was that they were always like one bad game away from going under. Programming puzzle games have a very niche following, and Zachtronics had a very dedicated and loyal fan base, but it wasn't a big fan base. It wasn't like an Assassin's Creed or something where they can make a game and not care if it does well or not. They had to care about every game. They had to always be watching their costs, their overhead, making sure their employees were getting paid, which is a very responsible way to run a building. Company? Building, what? So I don't blame them for leaving. I'm glad to see that they're back. I'm super excited they're still on their nonsense. And if I can click this final one, instead of having solitaire, they're going to have pachinko slots, which is super cool. There's a lot more products to be made, a lot more stories to be had with our friends here. If this looks like your kind of game, absolutely wish this on Steam. Let them know that you're interested. All of them when they finally come out. Super, super excited. Thanks everybody for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please click the like and subscribe button. It really helps small channels like this one grow and reach a wider audience. And I hope you have a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening. Goodbye.